So let's queer up education. Florida and Kentucky continue to lose teachers over anti-LGBTQ+ policies. In Florida and Kentucky, teachers are struggling under the weight of the most extreme anti-LGBTQ+ education laws in America, and some of them are leaving, either their profession or their state. Nick Clarkson, a transgender man who's been teaching for 13 years, resigned last month from New College in Florida after they voted to eliminate the gender studies program where he taught. Policies enacted this year by the state's Board of Education would keep Clarkson from telling students the pronouns that match his gender identity, which he's used all of his adult life. These policies will also stop him from using the correct restroom on campus. Florida and Kentucky are the only two states that ban classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity all the way through 12th grade. Both states have passed anti-LGBTQ+ education laws that advocates see as the most extreme in the country, largely due to how far-reaching they are compared to other states. As both states face high teacher shortages and turnover, most educators say they plan to leave due to the political climate. Jason Glass, who left his post as Kentucky's education commissioner last year, believes that his state took a page out of Florida's playbook on anti-LGBTQ+ education laws and made it worse. This story, it's just the natural evolution of a story that's been going on for a couple of years. And, I mentioned that Kentucky and Florida are the only two states that banned discussion of gender identity through 12th grade. We're seeing it in our college levels, too. At New College, they've canceled it. I don't know what's happened at Florida State, University of Florida, and our myriad other state-sponsored colleges through the state, but I can't imagine that it's going to be much difference. It might take more time. But I think we reported, a couple months ago, that to start the school year, New College had lost like 25% of their teachers. That's a literal brain drain.
Yeah, it's a challenging environment. And I recently was just at a meeting up in West Palm Beach, and around in August, and it was a group of educators who were just, LGBTQ. We come together to talk about issues in our community, and literally half the room said, "I'm going back to Jersey after 20 years. I'm going back to New York. I'm going back to Chicago." It is amazing the amount of exodus that we've seen because of the laws that have been implemented here. Literally, one lady cried, similar to Clarkson's story, cried because she's identified as a female for all of her life, all of her adult life, and now all of a sudden she has to go to a male's bathroom. She has to identify as a male. She's not a male. She is a female, and it's a shame because the shame is really on the fact that our students lose out. Our students lose out on good quality educators who care about educating, who care about the development of the mind. And that's what education is about, the development of the mind. To teach young people how to think critically, how to analyze, and how to live well-balanced lives, right? And so we're going to be missing out on those significant amount of educators who are leaving our state to go back home to states that they don't identify as their home state, because Florida was their home state. But it's not anymore because it's not gender affirming. It's a shame.
Yeah. I want to speak on three of my closest friends who are educators in Florida, and they're all super duper queer, like, hey now. They are very passionate educators. All they want to do is help these little snot-nosed kids, like, be productive members of society. And they keep getting beat up every which way. It's the local policies. Have you guys heard of libs of TikTok?
Oh yeah. What a joy and mentally sound place that is.
Oh yeah. They are physically unsafe, my friends, and all like the queer educators here in Kentucky and elsewhere. But they just want to go to work, do their job, maybe like just regularly talk about their husband and like the relationship and whatever, just like be like normal people. And they can't do that because of these anti-queer legislations and these people attacking them and us for just being us.
When you said libs of TikTok, I'm sorry, I kind of misheard you. Did you mean Moms for Liberty? I'm sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah, your hearing's going.
Proud Boys,
right?
Because they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
They're terrorist organizations. In Florida, if you're a state, especially talking about education, that says only Florida and Kentucky, you're in bad company. And the only thing is, I don't know which state's in worse company. I don't know if it's Florida in company of Kentucky or Kentucky in company of Florida. To the quantify of the exodus from Florida, it's very sad in terms of what we're watching, but let's quantify. To the point that you make of having so many people leave, return to New Jersey, in line item funded teaching positions in Florida, we are without 7,000. 7,000 funded teaching positions in Florida are currently opening or are open. And what that means is that they're trying to waive rules where you don't need an education certificate to fill these 7,000 seats. Or they're trying to find business people that have retired, and they draw on their 20, 30, 40 years of experience in life, in business, and bring them into the school. Or I guess, if you're picking up garbage or you're a dog catcher, come on into the schools, you can teach. That's the consequence of what we're watching in Florida. One last thing about this. When you have the Secretary of Education in Kentucky say, I would be worried in our state because I think we've taken a page out of the governor's handbook in Florida and implemented it here. It's an all hands on deck red alert. Even the Secretary of Education of Kentucky said they're exporting some virus to us that is dangerous. That's what's going on in education. Very tragic.